Rolling on right now, y'all. The Late Night Vision Show, more manufacturer interviews. It is Tuesday, January 17th. Big week. This is the first day of SHOT Show. If you're watching it the day that it's released, which most of you are, I would say, or a lot of you are, you may be watching this 6 months from now and just trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But today, first day of SHOT Show, January 17th. Tune back in on January 19th. That is Jason and I as we do our live from the SHOT Show episode. We've got a lot of information. Maybe something slipped by on one of these interview shows that's there at the show. Maybe we found a diamond in the rough that you need to know about. Whatever it is, tune back in January 19th, live from the SHOT Show episode. We have four or five different manufacturer interviews that are being released the same day. It's a busy day for y'all. It's a busy day for us, a busy week. But Jason, owner of Outdoor Legacy, who do we have on the show right now?
An exciting show. We've got an interview with Mr. Casey Cochran. He's a director of sales at iRay USA. And I'm going to tell you something. iRay USA is a company that you're going to want to watch this show. They exploded, and I think that is the exact term, exploded onto the market 2 or 3 years ago. And they have just, again, what do things do when they explode? They blow up. And iRay USA has blown up. They have brought some fantastic optics to the market. They are the creators of the famous 1280 ultra high resolution thermal scope. That's how a lot of people who might not have been familiar before, when they heard that, it's like, I don't care who you are or what corner you're in, when this 1280 hit, everybody knew about it. iRay's awesome company. We are glad to have them back on the show again, Mr. Casey Cochran. So let's go to that interview now. Welcome back. We are here with another exciting show. We've got the iRay USA show going on. And as always, a second time on the show. He was here last year, Mr. Casey Cochran from iRay USA. How are you tonight, Casey?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Looking forward to a good year, and appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we're glad to have you back.
We are. And Casey, for the second year in a row, you drew the short straw with the company, and you have to come on the show again. So you hopefully your luck's better next year, and you might get a chance to weasel out of it and send somebody else. But we love having you here. I think you're a great guy, and I don't know, it might have had something to do with you, but the iRay show last year was the #1 watched show of this series of shows. So maybe you got a career in like hunting, modeling / runway work or something like that. I don't know, but it was #1.
I've always heard I had a face for radio.
Yeah, exactly. But really, no, our iRay, Jason, we talked about it many times over the year. The iRay show was the #1 watch show of this series of shows that we did for the SHOT Show week, which says a lot. And what it says to me is people are interested in what y'all are doing and what you're about to do. And I'm going to tell you, I want to talk a little bit about 2022 because it was a big year. I want to say a year ago when Jason and I would answer the phone, people would call and say, hey, I kind of heard a little bit about iRay. Can you tell me a little bit more? Don't know a lot about them. People are calling now and asking specifically about iRay products. So it's not that we really have to educate that much anymore about who you are. You are, brother, you're known. And so y'all had a huge year. 2022 was such a blessing for everybody, including you and your company. Let's talk a little bit about it. We all know about the 1280. It caused the biggest wave in the industry in quite a long time. We've talked about it many times. It has brought a lot of positive out in the industry. It has brought a lot of negative out in the industry from a lot of different people, which y'all were the first to do it. So let's talk about, I'll let you recap 2022, what the highlights of it, the 1280. Man, there was a lot going on, and from the pre-show meeting that we had, for this show. We got a lot coming up in 2023, and Jason's going to be getting to that very soon as well. So give us the highlights for this past year.
Yeah, Hans. So just kind of going back to what you were saying about brand recognition and that sort of thing, and that just kind of goes towards we've put together a really good team of guys that work for us here at iRay USA, and everybody works so hard, and that's something that we've really pushed hard to get done, is that, call on the phone and, hey, they're not, they're familiar with our products, and they're familiar with our warranty and things like that, and that goes a long ways with the consumer. As far as recapping 2022, I mean, it's been a ride for sure. Yeah. Came out with a lot of really great products, especially the 1280. Like you said, there's, anytime you do anything innovative, there's going to be some flack, or there's going to be some haters out there. But hey, it's, I'm sure it was the same a decade ago whenever, the first 640 unit came out. But look at them now.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of the price of innovation, and there's always a little bit of pain with anything like that. And, but I mean, we're taking it all in stride, and I mean, it's the elite scope on the market. It does come with a pretty hefty price tag, but that's some people just want the best,
right?
And that is the best.
So it is. So if anybody, if you don't know what we're talking about, Jason just held it up. That is the iRay Rico. That's the RS75. When we say 1280, that refers to the resolution. It's the first 1280 resolution thermal optic on the civilian market. There's not been one like it ever before. So Casey talked a little bit about the price tag, $17.99. People have
let's be clear, that's $18,000.
$17,999.
Not $999. Yeah.
$17,999. So I would say, that being, right at $18,000, but it came in a lot lower than a lot of industry people even thought the first 1280 would come into the market, right at $18,000. But so you got that, we've got the bolts series of scopes, the tubular style of scopes, which have been the TL35 and the TH50, the 640 and the 384, which have been widely popular. Obviously the Ricos, the RH50s, the RH35, the RL42s, which, really the RH50 is what I remember really kicking the brand off here in the United States, that 640 resolution that was so popular. And then, you also have, you have a good mix of optics, because I don't just think of you as a company that produces all high-end products or middle of the road. You've got something in every price range, and it's grown the market for you and given more people more exposure. But when people ask about iRay, I say, they produce high-end optics. That's what I think of you as, but you have optics in all price ranges. So like you said, 2022 was a big year, and like you said, they're not asking who iRay is, they're asking about you specifically now. And I know that people came to this show for one thing and one thing only, and I'll let Jason tee that up, because we've got a lot to get into right now.
Absolutely.
So all right, you got the 1280. I mean, I've been holding this thing up. I'm sorry, guys, I can't help it. This is a beautiful
like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, a beautiful piece of artwork here. So I can't help it when I hold it up. Now listen, 1280 is groundbreaking. It's a really big deal. I think it's going to be hard for you to top that this year. All right, so we're gonna lower the bar just a little bit. But what do you have? Do you have anything else out there that you think is going to be something we haven't seen before?
Yeah, this year, I mean, in 2022, we dropped the Zoom series of handheld binoculars. that had dual field of view. So what that means is you can have two base magnifications, where you can go and cut your higher end base magnification. You can cut it in half and still keep your same sensor resolution. And so what we've developed over the last year is, how do we do that? How do we put that in a rifle scope? And I'm proud to announce that this year, this week at SHOT Show, we're releasing the Rico Pro, which will be a 640 12 micron dual field of view rifle scope. It'll look just like the Rico RH50. It'll be the Rico Pro RH50, and it'll go dual field of view from 1.5 and can be bumped up to 3 power 50 millimeter.
Nice.
So it gives you the option of having a lower magnification, wider field of view, or having higher magnification for better recognition at further distance.
All right, so guys, I want to say something here that you may be watching this and go, I got confused. Dual field of view, what's he talking about? He's talking about optical zoom. I mean, that's the what we would call zoom. It is. I mean, really. I mean, they call it dual field of view, and that's technically what it is. But for us country folks out there, it's optical zoom, and that's something that is a huge deal, because the zooms were the very first thermal hunting optic ever to touch the market that had an optical zoom. Everything else, again, you know, as y'all know, is done digitally. You digitally zoom up, you're losing image quality, but these two lenses in the zoom, you know, we've never seen this. Now you've got it in this scope. That's a huge deal, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. So I'm you know, we're recording this just a few days before SHOT Show. I'm a little upset I haven't seen one yet, but I got to get to Vegas. I want to see it, and we can't wait to get out in the field and play with it. But that's going to be a big deal to go from, like you said, 1.5 power. Maybe you're in the woods, you're in the brush, thick stuff. Maybe you're just up close and personal on some hogs. Maybe you're hunting over a feeder, but you get out in the field and you're hunting coyotes. You got something hung up out there longer range. Twist that thing over there to 3 power. That's going to be a big deal.
For sure. Or if you're in a dicey situation in some tall grass and you might have one that's wounded, and you know, you can dial that thing back to less magnification and more field of view, and you know, maybe save yourself a scare.
Well, one more thing, Casey, I want to ask is, you got a big list of stuff, and we're going to work through all these. But one of the things that I know, you know, y'all have been working towards is solidifying some of the features.
Yes.
So the features are the same across all of your optics, a lot of things. And I'm going to say the big one here, and I'm going to ask, because I think I know, but I know audio recording along with the video is something everybody has wanted. So just tell me real quick here, do we have audio in this unit and some of the rest, or all the rest? Fingers crossed.
Yes. So it has been, you know, something that we've kind of been slightly behind on, but as of this year and SHOT Show this year, every unit that we're shipping new across the board from top to bottom will have full internal recording with excellent audio. And so to answer your question, across the board, yes, everything is going to have great audio now. And you know, we're here and excited for it.
And so I want to be clear, because you just said everything we're shipping, everything that's new. So it doesn't mean that just if it's a new optic that comes out for SHOT or further in the year, we'll have audio. But it doesn't mean some of the units that are standing today, they're not going to get audio. You just mean all the new stuff?
Yes, everything that's new.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to be clear on that. Also, what about, this is something y'all been known for, is, and we love it, is, you know, a lot of focus on removable, rechargeable battery packs, non-proprietary batteries. I know some things like your Ricos and your cabins, they've got some proprietary batteries. They last a long time. They're affordable. but you've got a lot of scopes and a lot of optics that use generic, is what I call them,
Right.
rechargeable batteries that you can pick up anywhere you want. And I'm just curious, before we even get into this rest of this list, are all of these optics, and hang on, let me say one more quick thing, because somebody's going to go, wait a minute, the bolts have internal batteries. You
Yeah.
can't take those out. That's true, but they also have removable battery as well. So it's dual batteries. But are all of these optics going to have some form of removable rechargeable batteries?
Yes. So all of them will have removable rechargeables, and then some of them will also have, you know, internal rechargeable batteries. And so yes,
Right.
you'll be able to remove a battery from every one of them, whether it be, you know, what I call a battery you can get over the counter, you know, such as a 18650 or something like that, or we'll have a removable rechargeable proprietary battery. So
Got it.
yes, sir.
Perfect. Well, we like long battery life, and we like removable, so that's awesome. So
Yeah.
all right, you know, one other optic that y'all had this year that was in last year, 2022, that was very popular was your RH25, and I think the reason is because it was a multi-purpose unit. You know, you could helmet mount it, you could rifle mount it, you could hand hold it, you could put it in front of a one power, you know, low power, one power scope and use it as a clip on. I think there's some guys that were a little disappointed. They wanted to be able to put that in front of their you know, 3 or their 4 power hunting rifle, but it wasn't made for that. But that optic sells so well because it does so much. Do you have anything else coming that's even going to come close to rivaling that in the multifunction?
For sure. And it's funny you bring that up. I mean, we are planning on releasing a unit that will kind of cater to those people you just described. You know, the micro is an excellent unit, but it's so tiny, and the I guess it'd be the ocular lens on it is so small that it can only manage a certain size objective to go in front of. And so we're solving problems here, and we're coming out with one that's it's a little bit larger in size, able to take on a lot more oncoming magnification. So it's called the Ricoh Hybrid. It is a 640 12 micron. It runs on an IBP1 battery, which is a Ricoh MK1 style battery. 50 millimeter lens, and it can take up to 10x oncoming magnification.
Wow.
And so
What?
you know, you're seeing like 2 miles with this thing, detection range. So
wow.
it's all you want.
So hold on, I got to get this straight. And guys, I'm not faking this here because I haven't seen this unit. I don't know anything about this. You're telling me you've got a clip-on that is going to, and if I'm hearing you right, it's not just a clip-on, but it can work as a clip-on. But I can put a 3 power, 4 power, 6 power, up to a 10 power. Because this has been the hang up with clip-ons in general, is even some of the more expensive clip-ons from other brands, we have struggled because guys go, well, I want to go put it on my you know, deer rifle, and I've got a 3 power, I got a 4.5 to 14 or whatever, and they won't work well with that higher magnification. So you're telling me up to 10x, and it's going to function as a rifle scope?
Yes. And it's not going to be, you know, some units that do both. You know, you can't get the base magnification and take a high magnitude of oncoming magnification. You can't have both.
Right.
With this one you do. So it is a full 3 to 24 power dedicated weapon sight that can also take that up to 10x. It's the largest it's the largest display that has ever been put in a thermal optic ever. So it's a full like 1 inch by 1 inch. It's huge.
You would think it would have to take on 10x, that it would have to be a huge
and so I mean, say your average is 44 millimeter, And so, and it fits perfect. I think it's a 1.93, which is kind of standard height to middle with the mount that it comes with. And man, it's it's next level for sure.
So I want to do something real quick because I'm looking at my notes here, and you might have said it, and I want to go back to it. Did you say what the price of the new Rico Pro is? You might have, just in case you didn't.
The Rico Pro, which is the dual field of view unit we talked about a few minutes ago, the retail price on it is $64.99.
Okay, and then what's it going to be on this hybrid unit?
The hybrid is going to be $69.99. So
$69.
for that little bit more,
bad.
you can get, you know, you can get that as a clip-on as well. Both of those units, the hybrid as well as the Rico Pro, are going to work with the rangefinder, and so you'll have that ability to use an LRF as well.
Oh, cool. On both units?
On both, yes.
Okay, very cool. Well, I know something else here I saw on the list that I've got to ask about because it's been a popular unit for a long time. I mean, this unit goes way back, and that is the mini MH25. And for people that don't know, I should have grabbed mine. I've got one.
Yeah.
It's a little bitty, fits in the palm of your hand. Hang on, has he got one?
Looks
There
like
we
this.
go. Yeah. Let me tell you something. That's a bad example. That looks way bigger on your helmet. I mean, it is so small. It just lays right in the, there you go. That thing lays right in the palm of your hand. And really like this. Yeah, hold that thing up. Look at that. It's so small. And actually use one of these units on a lanyard, and I take it deer hunting because it's a 1-power. And I can sit there, and it's so small, so lightweight, removable, rechargeable battery. I can sit there in the deer stand in the daylight looking for deer in the woods, in the brush. Love the thing. But I saw it on the list here, and I didn't know what was going on, but I think there's going to be some changes. So it looks like it may be that kind of a version 2 or something. What's going on with the MH25?
Yeah, so it's still going to be the MH25. We're just adding a letter to the end of it. So it'll be the MH25W. It's going to be the same 640 12 micron, 25 millimeter objective, except for this one, it will have your full internal recording with audio. It'll have Wi-Fi to the Infrared Outdoor app. So it'll have everything that all of our rifle scopes have. And so, and it's not gaining an ounce. And then it's also coming ready, equipped with an upgraded eyepiece. So you're going to get that extra eye relief to be able to use it on a helmet right out of the box, rather than having to get an upgraded accessory to make it a little bit more comfortable running on a helmet.
Nice.
And what's the price?
That one's going to be $39.99. So it's going to be the same price as the existing MH25. So you'll get a little bit more value for your money.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to move along because you got a few more things we got to talk about.
There's several.
There's several. So I got something here that I don't know exactly what it is. I'm hoping that I know because I see this name. And I know that there was some y'all are bad about this. Y'all put these product sheets out, and there'll be like multiple versions, and then everybody's like, well, what about that one?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I recognize this name. It looks like it's going to be a Rico G with your laser rangefinder, and I'm hoping that you're fixing to tell me this is the 640 version of this.
Yeah. So at SHOT Show, we're releasing 4 more Rico G series optics.
Oh my gosh.
4 in multiple price points that are going to have multiple features. You know, people have already seen the Rico GL35R, which is a great 384 unit with a rangefinder integrated. We are coming out with the GH50R, which will be the 640 12 micron, 50 millimeter with the rangefinder, which is, everybody's been waiting on it, and we've been saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's finally here. So, it's it's a real thing.
What's the price?
The price on it is going to be $54.99.
Okay, $54.99.
Mhm.
All right, so it's going to be. Is it going to be just like the current the GL35R, that just like that unit, except it's 640? Is it same body and it's a little bit different?
Yes, it's going to have the exact same body style as the
I think we've got a
the
delay.
GL35R. The rangefinder is going to be in the same place. It's just going to have a 50 millimeter lens, and then so it'll be just a little bit larger on the objective. But yeah, it's going to be great.
Okay, well, we've got another one, and this one, I don't know that it's a huge surprise, because I think this thing kind of got leaked out there a little bit. I think there were some of these units that might have accidentally slipped through the gates a little early, but there's been some guys, if you're on social media, you might have heard about it, but it's going to be a new Bolt TL35. I think you're calling it like the version 2, I believe. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of an inline upgraded change sort of thing. So it's still going to be the Bolt TL35. We're calling it a version 2, just because it is going to have a few upgrades that are going to make it a lot better and a lot more functional. So it's going to have full internal recording with audio, with excellent audio, and then it'll also be compatible with our ILR 1200 rangefinder that we're releasing this week at SHOT Show.
Awesome. Wow.
Wow. That's a big deal. So, okay, so hold on. I want to get this straight. We got a Bolt TL35 version 2, $32.99, full audio. It's going to have a laser rangefinder that's going to be compatible with it.
Yes, and it's going to be actually it's going to be a Bluetooth laser rangefinder. Oh. So it'll be wireless totally. It'll attach to the tube of the scope itself, just as a tube style digital night vision scope has an IR illuminator. So it'll be essentially look just like that, rather than it being located somewhere else and looking kind of tacky on the scope. But it's really slick.
I can't wait to see that thing. Okay, so Casey, listen, we've talked about a lot of cool stuff, and we've started. I don't know if we started with the most expensive, but we started on some pretty expensive stuff. I mean, well, it's been downhill from the 1280. We've got, all right, the price is coming down, but seriously, we've talked about a lot of stuff, and I know there's a lot of guys listening right now, and they're saying, what about me? What about me? This is really expensive stuff. I'm new to this. I'd love to go drop $5 or $6 grand a day, but I don't even know. I may go out and be scared of the dark. I may go out and figure out that, I really like sleeping better than I like hunting at night, but they want to put their big toe in the water. What do you have? I hear on this list that you've got something that you're gonna break through, that that $3,000 floor. Tell us what this scope is. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so like our big thing at iRay USA is we want to give you value for your money. We want your dollar to be better spent with us versus some of our competing brands. And so with that, we're trying to maybe merge into that sub $3,000 market. And this one, it's right there at the $3,000 point. But it's the Ricoh G GL35 with no rangefinder, but it will have a full OLED display, 35 millimeter lens. It'll be 384 12 micron, 3:12 magnification. It'll actually be run on a dual battery operating system that will include one of our IBP2 proprietary batteries, as well as an internal rechargeable battery to get you a total of 11 hours runtime.
Nice.
And the scope's coming in at $29.99. So
Nice.
I think, and everything we have, you know, is going to have the 5-year warranty. We guarantee a 5-day return on any warranty issues. And so having all of those features and that resolution packed in a sub $3,000 optic is a really, really great value, especially for that guy that's, you know, wanting to do, as you said, and kind of put his toe in the water.
Well, I think if there's one thing that you've done on this list right here, is it's showing the world, or at least the U.S., that's the market we're focused on, showing the U.S. that y'all are committed to pushing the envelope. You're wanting to come up with new things. You're wanting to do things that other people have done, do it a little bit better. I mean, I look at this list. I just go to this clip-on. I'm going to say this out loud. Hans and I have never been big fans of clip-ons. We fought a lot of the problems with clip-ons of, like, again, people want to use them with their daytime scope that, again, is a minimum of a 3-power. I mean, most guys, if you're a hunter, you've got a 3 to 9 minimum. And that it's a minimum, 3 to 9. And most of these clip-ons don't work well there. And especially when you get into that, like I said, 4.5 power. So I think that is really interesting that you're putting something there. We talk about this dual field of view, this optical zoom. We're going to be the first thermal scope now. You're going to have a dedicated scope with optical zoom, dual field of view. So I'm just seeing a lot of stuff on here. You know, again, adding the audio, the removable batteries, and you said it. It's something that we probably should have harped on in the beginning, but you've come into this market. iRay USA has, several years now. Y'all been around, but y'all came in with this 5-day or 5-year warranty, 5 business day turnaround, and it shook things up. I mean, we were used to a 3-year warranty from most of the companies. I mean, we had a 4-year warranty and we had a 5-year, but in this price range, no one was coming in with a 5-year warranty. And so anyway, I'm just looking at this list. I see a lot of innovation, and I see a lot of good value for the dollar.
So yeah, like you were saying, we're dedicated to our customers and trying to have the best value in the industry and make sure that, their money is well spent with us. And, these scopes are expensive and we understand that. And, it's not just something you go and impulse buy and, you run into the store and pick it up. It's something these guys are doing their research, and, we want to make sure that they are confident in their choice with our brand and know that they're going to get the best service after the sale that they can get from any company in the industry. And that's something that we take pride in.
Yeah. Well, Casey, I'm going to tell you, man, again, it's been a busy year for you. And with all the scopes that you just announced, it's going to be an even busier year in 2023, especially for Jason and I, because we're lucky we get to test all this stuff and hunt with it. If people want to find out more about iRay USA products, where do they need to go to?
They can always visit us at irayusa.com, or if you're at SHOT Show this week, our booth number is 75625. We're in the Caesars Forum, and so we're going to have all hands on deck, and we'd be happy to meet whoever can make it to Vegas and see all of these things and get to see them for yourself.
There you go. Well, if you are not one of the lucky ones that gets to go to SHOT Show, stay tuned to the Late Night Vision Show, because we will be reviewing all of the optics. We'll be testing them, doing reviews, showing video, all the things that we do for all the new releases. But for the co-host and owner of Outdoor Legacy, Mr. Jason Robertson, I'm going to sign off and say goodbye. Casey, thank you again for your appearance on the show. We look forward to seeing you again next year, right here in the same spot. But again, thank you all for watching. This has been a special episode of the Late Night Vision Show, a SHOT Show. We call it the SHOT Show, and Jason has not endorsed that title, but that's what I'm calling it because I'm the executive producer. So it is the SHOT Show. And this has been the iRay USA interview with Mr. Casey Cochran. So share this with your buddies. Let them know all the stuff that iRay is going to be coming out with this year. But always stay tuned. We'll be showing you more from the SHOT Show right here on the Late Night Vision Show podcast. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Stay safe in the fields and keep making them bacon pancakes.